Okay, I finally got a 30 plus 30 game, and yeah, okay. E4, D6. So I think D4 is good. Um, Bishop G4 is a threat. Bishop G4, I will play knight F3. So Bishop G4, knight F3. Hmm. Now Bishop D3, protecting the E4 pawn, seems forced. I could also play knight BD2, but I like this. So I'm playing 30 plus 30 and not the LiChess standard of 30 plus 20. Partly because I want to prepare for um, the Lone Wolf League, and this game is like uh, I just okay. So this game I'm trying to establish a provisional rating because I don't think I have a standard provisional rating on LiChess. Um, D takes E, D takes E. I would definitely play that if the bishop was not on D3, but now I'm not really sure. I could play D takes E, D takes E, and go knight F3 with the tempo, forcing either knight C6 or bishop D6. Yeah, I'm still thinking about bishop G4 here. So D takes E, knight F3, bishop G4, castles, bishop takes knight, queen takes knight. It seems okay. Um, and the other thing I have is play D5, but I'm not sure if I want the center lockdown like that, especially pointing towards my king side. With E4 openings, I always prefer much more open games. So I think I'll take. Bishop G4, I could castle or play H3. I would like to play H3 as soon as possible because the bishop on G4 is very annoying. Okay, I don't think that's a great move, but I will castle. So there are some tactics coming into my head. The only defender of the e5 pawn is this knight. So if I could find a way of maybe playing this move, but there's always c6. Yeah, that's something I'm thinking about. Or I could be normal and play bishop g5, develop my pieces. Bishop g5, bishop g7, and or I could push c4 as well. But I somehow want to punish this not isolated, weakly defended e-pawn. So I want to go bishop g5. Wait, I don't want to play the move. So bishop g5. That's a lot of moves, I know, but yeah, wouldn't hurt. Actually, I just realized that this is probably the better way to go after I played that move. But okay, what's done is done. So do I continue with my attack? By now black must see the threat on but chooses not to do anything, so I will go and attack it twice. Now there's rook e8. I would like this bishop to be here, eyeing that king. So, but I would have to prepare that with rook e1 first. I mean, very good move. I honestly didn't think of it. Which way do I take? To the center? Yeah, seems more like I should take towards the center. Looks very likely that the exchange on g3 will happen, so I'm thinking of how I should proceed. Like, do I want to play rook e1 now? Do I want to play c4? I could try b4 also because I have space and also blocks this square for the knight. But b4 is slightly dangerous. I would have to move my rook out of the way and all that. b4, c4, c5, create a nice pawn chain. Yeah, I'm looking at b4. Very strange move, I know, but and if knight takes on g3, then I play h takes g3. Or do I go f takes g3? I will have a semi-open file for my rook, but I don't want my rook there anyway. So no, I think h takes g3 is a much better move. I'm gonna play b5 and b4. And I'll just remove this. What else can black play? I'm wondering if all this was a bit unnecessary. But what else could I have done here? I could have just gone c4 right away. Because g7 was obvious. Okay, some move has been played. So okay, but is it like, is there any sophistication there, or just trying to get a tempo on my pawn? Because I can always like reinforce it with a3. So I mean, I don't know, like what's the deal here? Yeah, I think a3 is pretty natural. And now if c5, I would have to think. Um, yeah, I think c5, c3. One more move I'm looking at is bishop h4 here. Bishop h4, f6 blocks in the bishop, so f6 is not a great idea. Another option is to play bishop f6, but then do I exchange there? I don't know. More and more it feels like my idea to cramp in my bishop on the king side wasn't particularly the greatest. Like for example, I would have dearly liked it if my bishop was on b2 at this point in the game. Like doing the exact same things but not being attacked. And I really have to develop my knight. That poor thing is stuck for the last 3-4 moves. Okay. So c5 was played. Taking is a bad idea. So c3, which we did think of. Now our knight is very, very sad. But this is the hole we've dug ourselves into, so we will have to endure it. Okay, what about a6 by black? a6 with the idea of playing b5. How would I stop that? Oh, wow. It's completely the other way. Bishop b5 is a good idea here. Because the bishop is then stuck defending the knight on d7, and then I can go bishop c6 attacking the rook, and the rook goes to b8, and I could either play b5 or go back to d5 with my bishop. I like all these ideas, and my knight is still stuck. If I had like 3-4 moves, I would play rook e1, knight d2, knight b3, maybe not. Maybe knight c4. So bishop b5, rook d8 is a threat, because then things start to unravel. So bishop b5, rook d8, and let's say I go bishop c6 as planned. I would either have to do that or something else. The threat is that the knight moves away and my queen is attacked. So one variation I was thinking was to then just ignore the threat and go bishop c6, and then black goes knight f6, and then I would have to move my queen somewhere. So then I could just go here, and develop this way. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I could always just move away. Then this would be hanging though. So I just can't. So I can't really move away like that. Oh, but then this would also be hanging. Yeah, I like it. What is my plan after this move? If I just ignore and go bishop c6, then knight f6, queen b3, this is not hanging. So I just have a backward bishop move, which is always tough to spot for me. Okay, but so if not knight f6, is there a better move after I go bishop c6, or is black forced to play rook b8? Okay, fine. Let's say rook b8. Let's say rook b8. Then what? Do I still just go with queen b3, put my knight on d2 next move? Yeah, I'm trying to think of this position in like really, really long term sense, because what pieces do I want to give away? What pieces do I want to keep with me? Hmm. Okay, I mean, I do like bishop b5, and also time's running out. So let's go. Almost mouse slip there. 7 minutes down on the clock. It's okay. I went to get some water, and it's nice that my opponent is also thinking. I feel like a6. Oh wow, I mean, did I mess up? A6 now would be very bad for me. Ah, this is unbelievable. I didn't think of this move at all. But a6, I would be forced to take on d7, because if I retreat with my bishop, then it's okay. Not necessarily a6. I could still go. Ooh, okay. At least one move we did think of. So now we just play this, right? So black goes rook b8. Has to be anything else. I think we have. Yeah, I think we've covered it all. Yeah, I mean, you can never be sure, because now you're just looking at the position. Now that it is in front of your eyes, everything looks a lot more scarier in many ways. I'm really hoping black plays knight f6 here. Uh, but rook b8 seems like the best move. And the thing is, rook b8, I could go um, queen d5. It looks very ugly, but my thing is, so rook b8 gives black additional sort of support when they choose to play like I don't know, bishop b7. So if I play queen d5, it stops black from going bishop b7, is what I'm thinking. The bishop is effectively blocked in, but queen d5, then knight f6. I still do have queen takes e5 at that point, and I simply win a pawn. So knight f6 is like bad on many ways. Yeah, but the question now is, how do I develop my knight? That is my question. And also there's some tension between the b and c pawns, which will have to be resolved some way or the other. The only reason that black has not been able to support those pawns is because the light square bishop is not at all good. It's just as bad as my knight, but my bishops are, at least my light square bishop is doing a very good job of controlling like literally the whole position. So that 7-minute time gap has come down. I did not expect this move, but is this a mistake? Bishop takes rook, knight takes rook. Queen takes knight. And so right now I'm down a bishop. I will lose at the end of this exchange a bishop and a rook, and black will lose a knight and a rook, but my bishop will not be in trouble for sure at the end of this sequence, because there's nothing protecting that. But I could just take on on g3, and I might still have a lot, and I still am attacking the rook on a8. So do I take on g3 or do I take the rook? Those are my options right now. I will keep my light square bishop in both cases. The only difference is that at the end of it, my queen will have to move to f1, and like I would have to think about if that's a good place for the queen to be in. I would definitely come out of that whole pin situation going on, but yeah. What is the right thing to do? Very good move by my opponent, like forcing me to think. Okay, I think I'll pass back the decision. Yeah, I mean, I hope I did not miscalculate anything here. If there was an in-between move or whatever. No, I mean, okay, I just did it in my head again, and it seems like I got that thing right. Like I would have lost a bishop and a rook. Okay, so rook b8 has been played. Do I continue with queen d5 is the question, which was my original plan. Do I continue with queen d5? So the idea of queen d5 was to prevent black from playing bishop b7, because bishop a6 is not a move anyways, because I can play b5 and shut it down. So the idea was to play queen d5 and prevent black from moving the light square bishop. In the event that black moves the knight away, let's say to f6, then I just take the pawn on e5. But because that's a blunder, or at least a mistake, very least, if black goes knight f8, then I'm kind of stuck, because I can't put my queen on b3. Right? So I can't put my queen on b3. Do I just go queen b3 now? It's okay. I don't see anything wrong with this. So be it. Let the die be cast. Knight f6, queen takes e5, queen takes e5. What if there is no queen exchange here? What if like black goes and plays some, I don't know. Oh wait, black could play bishop e6 then. Bishop e6, I will just play okay, wait. Bishop e6. Because I just realized that once I play knight f6 and I take on e5, if black does not exchange, then I am under threat of that bishop on g7 x-raying me, and I don't immediately have an escape square. So knight f6, queen takes. I'm also threatening to take the rook on b8, but all of those problems would be resolved by black playing bishop e6. So black would be down a pawn, but is my queen in danger? Knight f6. Yeah, I mean, I think knight f8 is that surely the thing I have to worry about is knight f8. Um, yeah, okay, I'm just waiting for moves here. Yeah, right. So we did think about this. Uh, we did think about this. So now my question is, which way do I take my queen and run? Process of elimination just literally shows that I have 3 squares to go. c4, b5, not a big threat for me. I'll just take with my bishop. b3 is also not a threat. b3, b5. So what I'm worried with b3 is b5 and c4. I mean, queen b3, b5. I can't really take on c5, so c4 is definitely coming. So or I could just go back all the way to a2, but even then b5 is coming. So what am I picking here? Queen c4. Okay, I'm running out of time. Queen c4, b5. Yeah, I like queen c4 because I can at least take. 1 second. Yeah, I'm just gonna play queen c4 here. I'm super low on time. Super low on time. And my position is very cramped. Like, I genuinely have no clue. Oh wow, there's bishop e6 now. Oh, there's bishop e6. What am I gonna do after bishop e6? Just go queen e2? Uh, yeah, okay. So, for a while I wondered if my e-pawn was under threat. But at least I'm not losing material straight away. So, position is probably not that bad. But, and if I, yeah, okay, bishop e6 is on the board. Yeah, how did I dig myself into this hole? Just how did I manage to get into such a bad position? Queen e2 seems like the only move here. Anything else is. I'm thinking of queen b5 honestly. But. Or somehow. Would bishop d5 work here? Bishop d5 takes. Pawn takes. Nah, that's so dangerous. No chance. No chance. I think queen e2 is very logical and sensible here. Also considering how I have no time whatsoever. And my light square bishop is suddenly stranded in the middle of nowhere. My knight is still stuck on its starting square. My rook is stuck on its starting square. Just masterclass in how not to organize your pieces. I'm still looking at the black e5 pawn, hoping that something will come my way. I don't understand why black is not pushing the queen side pawns. Like, if I was black, I would just play c4 right now. Like, just close down everything. Okay, but c4 I have b5. Still, it's not great. It's. Whoa, rook d6. Quite a statement move. Why can't I just play b5 against this? Yeah, I mean, I don't see any sort of big problem here. So b5 and then rook b to d8, and there are two rooks on this open file. Would be very tough to get rid of them. I could just play knight bd2 then finally. So yeah, okay. Play quick, play quick. And any movement by the a pawn, I just play a4 myself. So yeah, we did think of this. Uh, Knight bd2 seems like a very logical move here. Finally, freeing up the knight. Uh, Very solid as well. In fact, I could go c4 next and completely lock down this position. Uh, okay, but c4, bishop d7. Bishop d7, then I come back, right? Yeah, so good. I mean, I like it. I like this position. I feels like I can hold it now. For a moment there, it was kind of shaky, but so c4 right now, and I take. Okay, that's not gonna work. What I'm thinking of is instead of c4, what if I played knight c4? Knight c4, bishop takes, queen takes, and ooh, okay. Don't I win a pawn? Come on. Don't I win a pawn here? Knight c4, bishop takes, queen takes, and it's pretty normal. But otherwise, I either win a pawn because the rook is completely trapped. There are no squares for the rook to go to, right? So if I play knight c4, bishop takes, and then queen takes, and then what? Knight c4, bishop has to take. Yeah, I like this move. Let's pre-move this as well. I think the last 2-3 moves were not great. Like here, I feel like black is very, very good. And then instead of this, I would have maybe played bishop d7 here. Uh, I would have gotten rid of that bishop if I were black. Okay, then this just let me completely chain this bishop down, and this move allowed me to develop my knight, and then this one, I mean, it's very inexplicable to me. If what black was actually looking for, I don't think black has any squares to go with the rook. So oh, they have rook d3. This is the only square, but then I take here. No, yeah, so then I take, and I win a pawn. The only move that makes sense is the capture here, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if there would be another better move. So rook d3 is a good. Let's think of rook d3. Okay, could have gotten 2 extra seconds if I thought of that. If I did not cancel that pre-move. Then now Now it suddenly looks like I can get back in the game just by playing bishop d5. Bishop d5 and put pressure on um, the f7 square. Hmm. Wow. a5. Okay, I didn't even think of that move. a5, wow. I can't take because then I lose my bishop. So sadly, en passant is not forced here. Uh, what else can I play? I could play a4 and just close it down. That is one move I have in my head. Okay, 11 minutes left. I'm thinking of a4. Um, what else? Even bishop d5, to be honest. Um, yeah, bishop d5 is also something I'm looking at. a4, I mean, I don't need to play it right away because it's not like black is going to play a5 next move. I mean, it's not like black is going to play a4 next move. So a4 is not like forced. I could look to try and attack. So yeah, I think I'll go bishop d5. Don't see any point in playing a4. Rook e1 I could think of right now. But the point still remains, how am I going to um, do anything with this bishop queen battery that I've set up? Like, right now it can't do anything. Maybe if the knight was on e5, maybe then. I don't see many good moves for black here. I see f5. f5. Wow, oh wow. Okay, f5 is seriously a good move for black to play. I mean, obviously not right now, but because there's check, like later. Because it, first of all, like the defense of the e pawn, both blacks and whites, is very shoddy. So f5 seriously threatens a lot of stuff. So maybe king g7, king g7, um, and then play f5. So I would really have to play rook e1, huh? Sometime. Have I ever been up on the clock in this encounter? Not that it matters, considering this is a standard game. Okay, I can't see. Knight d7. What on earth is that move? Is it just to protect e1? Oh, okay. So is the idea to go knight f6 and take away my bishop on d5? Something black should have done long time ago. Okay, so if yeah, that's the only reason why black would play knight d7. So I think I need to reinforce it with like c4 or something. That's the only way I prevent a complete breakdown of this. I play c4 and then knight f. Sorry, obviously I need to get my queen out of the way. I'll have to think of whether to go to b3 or a2, b3, a2, d3, e2. Yeah, maybe d3, even though it's right in the line of fire. Not the I mean queen b3 won't work once I play c4 because like I would have to move my queen anyways. So I'm definitely thinking like queen d3, um, knight f6, c4 is what my plan is. So I'll just play it quickly. 6 minutes down on the clock. So the reason I did not choose e2 was in case there's an exchange and I take with the e pawn, then I will have some sort of movement with my queen on d3 rather than on a2. Although now that I think of it, what happens after knight f6, c4, knight takes d5, e takes d5, and then e4? That's not ideal, is it? I just play rook e1, pawn takes, rook takes queen. Going to be very messy. So knight f6, then c4, knight takes d5, e takes d5, Knight f6 is the only move that makes sense for black in so many ways. Like, you have to get rid of this central bishop that is posing a big threat. Actually, the more and more I think of what would happen after knight f6, I feel like I should have played queen e2. So, knight f6, c4, knight takes d5, e takes d5, e4, forking the queen and the knight. I go rook e1, rook e1, pawn takes queen, rook takes queen, then I don't know, like some whatever move that black wants to make, and then I have to go rook d1, and I mean I definitely win the pawn back because black is not in time to defend it. So either with the knight or with the rook I win it, but could be ugly. I would have a knight and two rooks versus a bishop and two rooks. My pawns are on light squares, so that would be a good thing, but the endgame would not be as straightforward as I thought it would be. So I'm thinking of like other moves right now that, oh, what? Could play. Oh, okay. Okay, I mean, I see what the idea is there. So after c4, if I play c4 and knight f6, and let's say I play some dumb move like rook e1 or something. What? Yeah, there's a threat of this pawn coming in, and yeah, okay. I see the threat. Like you push the e pawn and you threaten to take on a1. I still think it's okay. I can like still play c4 quickly and deal with it. What? What is that move even? Was the first thing I thought of was there a sacrifice on d5, like sacrificing the exchange? But I don't see it like. Do I not have? Okay, so first things first, I get my queen out, my rook on a1 out of the way. Then what? I could play queen e3 and try and force a queen trade by going to g5. That's one more thing I'm thinking about. So yeah, I think I'll play that. I mean, I don't see any immediate threat, so I'm hoping to go to this square and threat. I mean, sorry, and exchange queens. Why would black not play knight f6 there? Like after setting everything up. Okay. Oh wow. I mean, I did not think of this, but what is the deal here? Is it to come to d4? Seems like it. Seems like it. But I'm not sure if that bothers me that much. I think I'll just go rook ad1. Okay, do I take now? Oh, but if I take, I don't have a. I don't have like the exchange, right? So I'm thinking of, I don't know, like playing a move like a4 now. Yeah, it feels like even I messed this up somewhere now. Hmm. A4, knight c2 is what I'm worried about. But I don't see like big threats. What happens after knight takes f3 and then I just take with my queen? It's like a drawish position. Worst case scenario. What if I take? But I don't want to give it a pass pawn. Knight takes, e takes. Where do I go with my queen? Okay, I think I need to play quick. So just simplify the position. The less number of pieces on board, the better for me. So e takes, I go. Where? I'll just put it behind the pawn here. And my goal is that I put my rooks on the e file and yeah, just push this one pawn up all the way. I have f4 coming up. I should play a4 or one thing I can do is like dangle a4 in front of black so that once black plays a4, then they have to perpetually assign a rook to its defense. Queen I mean queen h8. I can just go, I mean rook, what am I even saying? King h8. So I just go f4. I feel like black wanted to play f7, so they wasted a move instead of realizing that g5 was the move to be played there to stop me from playing f4. So now what? Now what? Now next move I am going to put my f rook on the e file and yeah, just go, go, go. Yep, that is expected. So stick to my plan. Have been gaining time the last 3-4 moves. That's a good thing. Yeah, so if I was black, I would definitely know e5 is coming. So what am I going to do to stop that? g5. g5, okay, e5, f takes e. Something does not look right here. Wait, let me take a second for this. What if I go queen f3 to stop g4? Anything else I don't have to worry about really. So queen f3 quickly. All I need to do is stop g4. Okay, so I did not think of what happens after takes. With yeah, okay, fine, I'll just take back with my pawn. So I'll pre-move this. I don't think black will take though. I think I can win this. Simply because black has been playing a bunch of really dumb moves for the last 3-4. Like every time black is a good position, like first it was somewhere here, yeah, exactly. Like gave me a bunch of easy moves, and then after I messed up here, wait, no, yes, I feel like I did not expect these moves at all. I should have calculated them. Okay, wait, what did black play? Rook f8, rook f8, e5, f takes. I can't take back, right? I can't take back. Okay, what do I play then? So one thing I'm thinking of is f takes g, and then f takes g, and then play queen g4, but that would just completely open up the position, and that's not a good thing. So definitely not playing that. Come on. Do I play rook e2? Rook e2. Yeah, okay. Can't think of any other move, to be honest. But I'm severely just blocking my own queen. I do have d3 still as an escape square, but apart from that, okay, another weirdo move. So I just stick to my plan. Like, what could be the rationale? What? I still can't push though. e5, pawn takes, pawn takes, bishop, rook. Oh, I can't take back my pawn. I have to get my queen out of the way. But. I'm just seeing that black has queen h5. Okay, this is so complicated. Um, what do I play? Do I just shut it down with f5? Feels like a good move, but I mean, it just beats everything I've done until now. Like, what is the point of all this maneuvering if. Uh, yeah, okay. I just want to get my queen out of the way, so I'll play this. And now, next move I can push. Unless black plays g takes f, in which case I will play g takes f myself. Pre-moving this. And I need to play quick. G takes f, g takes f for sure. Yeah, so one reason I wanted to stop queen h5, which now I can push. Oh, so black thought I came there to take the pawn. Wow, okay, so e5, f takes e, f takes e. Why does that not work? e5, f takes e, f takes e. Come on, quick. feels very, very wrong somehow. Like I'm opening up an open file for the black rook and all that, but 3 minutes versus 7. Sorry, versus 10. Ooh, wow, okay. Okay, don't panic. F5. Okay, so obviously, like, queen f5 is the only move here. Sorry, I mean queen f3. I could go queen h3 as well, but okay. Now g4 is coming. Yeah, okay. This is not ideal. This is not ideal. Go back. My king is slightly safe, but for how long? I see h5 coming in. I think I go queen f2 here. King f2. This is purely instinctive. I don't want any sort of tactics on this. On this h file. Okay. Okay, what do I play now? Rook h1 is what I'm thinking. Because, seems very solid. I could put a rook here and maybe another rook. Bring another rook over. Or I could just put a rook on h4. If not for the time thing, I think I would be far more relaxed about this. Okay. I don't think rook h4 is a good move because of it's not a bad move also. It's just like not great. Yeah, but so I was worried if the bishop would come into that diagonal to threaten it, but no chance. Like there's no way that's gonna happen. So I feel okay playing that move. 344 against 11. I'll go back now and get this other rook also to h1. So is this going to be the game? Just shuffle my rooks here and there. Rook h1, then rook h2, and then queen h1. Is that it? Okay. So now both the queen, I mean, okay. Uh, hmm. What am I supposed to play here, mate? Should I just play some sort of waiting move? Should I play d4? I mean, sorry, e6? And then I play 4, e6. I'm thinking of like a really, really crazy move here. Rook takes h5. I saw that and I instantly like just got all quiet. Rook h5, rook h5, rook h5, king h5, and then I have queen takes f5. Isn't that checkmate? No, it's not. Queen goes back to h6. Sorry, king goes back to h6. Then I have bishop f7. Right? Okay, I'd have no time to think about this. Rook takes h5, rook takes h5, rook takes h5, king h5, king takes h5, queen takes f5. Then okay, king goes to h6, and then bishop f7. I'm just gonna play it. Remove this. And what if black does not take? Isn't this checkmate if black does not take? So black is forced to take. Black has like literally no other move but to take. Because once, if black does not take it, then I just play queen f5 checkmate. Wow, okay. Awesome. 30 minutes, sorry, 30 seconds added to the clock. at this move now. Yeah, this is what I meant. Yeah, so now just bishop f7 does the trick, right? Bishop f7, queen. Okay, I mean, obviously, queen will take. Bishop f7, queen takes. Uh, queen takes. And then. Okay. Black is going to try and push the pawn. But I'm just going to go to d1. I am in time. So I'll just play this. This is forced. In fact, I can actually even just give up my queen next move. Maybe not. Maybe not. So, queen takes, then bishop, sorry, then what, and then d3. d3, I go king e1. And no, d3, what about queen e6 check, queen e6, okay, so d3 I have to think about. Okay, let me think on my opponent's time. Queen takes f7, queen takes f7, d3, king e1, and I could sort of go that way to d2 or d1. So that is there. So, oh, I don't have to think. Oh, my opponent left the game. That is such a relief. That is such a relief. That is such a relief. 80 seconds more. But yeah, I mean, I still want to see if I could have won this against like an opponent that did not leave the game, and maybe like a level 8 engine or something. Wait, what? I have no clue. I think my opponent is back. Maybe they just have connection issues. So yeah, I mean, for a moment I was hoping that the game would be over, but okay. I wish I could be all high and mighty and say that I wanted the game to like go to its conclusion, but no, I really just want to finish off this game. Yeah, queen takes is forced because otherwise you get checkmated, and there are no checks for the black. I mean, there are no more checks for the black pieces to give to my white king. So black could try and play something like I don't know, queen d6 ish, queen e6, but I would just take the queen. So the best way to fight would be to take my bishop and play d3. Yeah, this was like such a instinctive find. Like, for a while I was completely confused because I was not at all sure what I should play next here. And yeah, I just realized that once I once the queen moves away, I was just imagining the exchanges, and once the king moves away from h5, I have f5 to take, and that's it. Um, I think like the crucial thing was not that, it was finding bishop f7. If I hadn't found bishop f7, then oh, yeah, right. So okay, so now d3 should come. Then I'll just play king e1, and yeah, d3, king e1, d2 check, king d1, and I would have to be careful here, to be honest. But I will have time, which is the most important thing. I could like play like, I should not play yeah, okay. I did think of this. d2 check is d1, king d1, and what I could do next is just play. So I shouldn't like let um, black get too comfortable. Okay, right. So rook d4. I was thinking about this, but don't I immediately have? Um, I mean, black can't take on. So what's the point, right? And I have time to think. So black is looking to play rook e4. So I will just play king d2, and right, there have to be some tactics here, no? Like, what I mean is, I should be able to pick this. What about queen e6 and queen e6? King can either go to h5 or h7. And if the king goes to h7, I check on h5, and if the king goes to h5, sorry, if the king goes to h7, yeah, I mean, I like this. Wherever the king goes, I have a check on this square, winning the rook. Just no stupid blunders. As long as that is there, then I'm good. Yeah, so now I just check here and I pick this rook up. Okay. Now I just need to prevent stalemates from happening. Um, well. So, like a few sort of key moments, like a few sort of key moments here, I think were like, yeah, b4 was definitely one move that sort of changed the game. Okay, first of all, I think bishop g5, maybe not necessary, but okay, I played it. I don't think it's a bad move, but maybe not necessary. Um, then b4 was like, an proper idea. Then it sort of created the game in a way because of black's subsequent moves. Then all this was just pawn movement. I feel like here black should have gone a6. Then what else? Yeah, here I had like a clear thought about what I needed to do and what I wanted to do. Um, and I did expect this as well. This one I did not see, but I calculated for a while if it was worthwhile giving up my pair of rooks. I mean, as in one, you get my point. Then I thought, okay, whatever. And in fact, like it helped at the end. If you notice, like this was the open file which won me the game. So very long term. Okay, I mean, I don't wanna, yeah, give myself too much credit, but yeah. Then yeah, I felt like the light square bishop for white was simply too good. Here I did not expect knight f8. I was always calculating knight f6 and somehow take the e5 pawn. I was like too fixated on that to think of knight f8. Then this move also I did notice, but like noticed very late into the game. So I had to run back with my pieces. I felt here maybe black should have really tried to get rid of my light square bishop. Uh, like that bishop was such a pain for black. Like it won the game for me in the end, and it was like such a pain the entire game for black. Like I think I made like 25 moves with this bishop, and all of them were good. And here finally, oh yeah, I felt like this move I just did not understand. Like, what is the point of this move? Then, uh, yeah, even this should have, like, didn't matter at the end of the day whether or not black played a5. Like, really didn't matter. Maybe should have used it for a better move at this point in the game. So I got my chance to consolidate. Then black went back. Seriously, no clue. Some of these moves, especially like a few moves later with the movement with the rooks and the queen, like I didn't have time, but all of those moves just gave me so much time to expand and not just expand, just make my pieces better. Uh, so here I thought like first of all I was like super low on time, and I thought I had to exchange queens. I absolutely didn't see knight e6. Um, and then should have seen that. And then in hindsight makes sense that black did not go knight f8 here, because black really just wanted to come to d4, and then I quickly exchanged because I just didn't know what else to do. Here I felt like black should have first played g5 and then maybe played king h8. Then here maybe I was slow because I tried to double up my rooks and it turned out not to work very well, because I saw after doing everything that once I exchange the f pawns, my queen will be left directly at the mercy of the black rook on f8. So I got my queen out of the way and did not see this move at all. just really bad chess. Yeah, and at this point, I thought I was gonna lose this game at this point because simply because of um, how close the position was and how cramped my pieces felt. Like the momentum was against me. Wait, maybe the computer would still say it's like better for white or something, but while playing the game, it felt like it was against me. Then I got my king out to put my rooks on this file, and this one I'm so proud of. Like, like such a good find. Um, yeah, I was just the 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 cool thing about this find was realizing that I had queen f5 at the end of it. Because if I don't see queen f5, then I just ignore the whole sequence. Um, then here, and then this one I thought I controlled really well, and here this was nice way to pick up the rook, and yeah, that was how the game went. I really don't like it when my opponents uh, ooh, okay, I made one mistake, one inaccuracy, and one blunder. Not bad, not bad. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, let's see. So apparently all this is fine. Even b4 is not a bad move according to the engine. b6, yeah, knight b6 is what the engine says, but I would surmise that even a6 was good. Um, my opponent is here, but I'm not sure if they would be up for a chat, so that's okay. Um, all these were good moves apparently. Queen d5 was bad. The engine really wants me to go queen e2. Huh. Wait a second. b6, and I would like to see multiple lines. Nice. What is this opening called? I never mention openings because I'm bad at them. So this is called the perk defense. I thought I knew this. Apparently not. Any game names I know? Sasha Grishuk. I don't know. Some dude called Z Mamadov really likes this opening, but absolutely no one. Okay, Dominguez Perez played this. Mm-hmm. And on this bishop g5 was a novelty. Let's look at LiChess database. Here you find all sorts of moves. Bishop g5 is the top move actually here. Yeah, so no master plays this. Only people on LiChess play this move. Okay, bishop g5, bishop g7. That seems okay. I mean, clearly they came to fianchetto to this bishop. Then, oh wow, okay, rook e1 is the best move, but is my move bad? Yeah, just really bad, really bad. No one plays it. Oh, they do. 2 games where this has happened, and black lost in that game. It's a rapid game. Okay, white won it again. So this one is added to that database then. b4 is not even in the top 5 moves. And just one game has been played with b4. b4, 22 bullet. But I thought b4 was fairly intuitive because you want to stop all these moves. So it didn't feel like a big mistake. Clearly engine does not like my position at this point. So back defense is what I played. B5 is suggested, but there's no way I would have played B5 there. Like, okay, so even A6 is not considered good. Yep, found this. Takes. Ah, wait, what would have happened if I did this? So, yeah, so if I take, it's apparently like a big mistake. Because of what exactly, I have no clue. I think it's mostly because the queen just goes away from the defense of this bishop. But not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. Anyway, somehow I did not make the inferior choice. Here I did make an inferior choice. I went queen d5 and queen e2 was best. But like I don't know. Not that kind of player. So I just wanted to attack something at this point. Yep, I saw this and I went back. So here I was really confident that black would play knight f6 and I could get this pawn. And if you go back and rewatch, you can see that I am slightly worried about this move, and computer is also worried about my position, but okay. But I did not think of this move. Apparently it was a mistake, so I should have been a little more chill, but I was not, and I somehow managed to play queen c4. It's one of the, I mean, it's like there are only 3 moves here, so what are you supposed to do? These two were like fairly intuitive. And then rook d6. Wait, here I wanted to say something. Yeah, here I thought black should go like this and exchange off. But even as I was thinking that, I knew I always had this move in reserve, like in case things went down. So yeah, I get it. Like, what is black gonna do? This one was a good move, good find. Ooh, okay. So the engine really wants me to shut things down by playing c4 here. But you know, like a human would not play these moves, because I mean I've been worrying for the last 20 minutes in this game already about how my knight is stuck on b1. So I just wanted to get it out. Wow, this is the best move, bishop h6, and why? Like, I would really like to know. Wow. I would really like to know why bishop. I mean, when I saw this, I didn't understand the point of this. Like, this is so obviously coming. I mean, knight c4. Okay, so the engine does want black to sit on the only square available for the rook. And what after I take? Oh wow, this is hanging. I didn't see this. I completely missed that this was hanging. Unbelievable. Okay, whatever. So, okay, but black made things easier for me. This move again, I have no clue why black played this. This was very understandable. And then go back. I don't understand these bishop moves. So another thing, like these knight moves, these bishop moves, I felt like they were bad, but the engine says they were good. Also, this is what black wants to play, huh? And what after the capture? It says okay, just live with it. Yeah, I can see why this is bad, but okay. And here I really wanted to make things better for myself. I was low on time. Then, wow, this is not even suggested. I was completely off my rocker, thinking that g5 should have been played. But if g5 was played, I would not have played f4 for sure. Like, yeah, maybe I would have, because that would have won double my. Who knows? Oops. Oopsie. Where were we? A lot has not happened. Yeah, here. Then I tried to double up my uh, rooks on the e file. All this is. Wow, this is a blunder. Why? Look at this move. So crazy. And then after this. Okay, this just breaks the position down, huh? Yeah, should have noticed it. Here again, I was panicking. 3 minutes versus 10. Like and there are so many pieces on the board. Like, I definitely at this point I'm thinking that there are 30 more moves to go. I have to play all of them under 3 minutes. Not ideal. So, okay, here black wants me to put the queen on h. I mean, the engine wants me to put the queen on h3. And I just run back. I'm not thinking clearly. At least this move was very instinctive, like you played like a bullet move almost. Then double up. All this was fairly normal. And here, I mean, just I I don't want to think of what would have happened if I hadn't found this. It's the only move too in the position. Every other move draws. Yeah. This has to go into like one of those LiChess puzzles. And then it's, oh, there's a better mate. This is unstoppable. No matter what I do, this is unstoppable. And no matter what, wait, that's not true. Oh, this is there. Ah, right. Oh, there are two checkmates here. I didn't even think of this. It's a wonder that the engine does not annotate this as a mistake when it clearly is a complete miss. Yeah, so here, it wants me to go this way and checkmate on g6, huh? This one was a very nice find. I like playing these kind of moves. Yeah, well, it was a nice game. It was a nice game. I don't think I made many mistakes. At least not too many. Yeah, this one was pretty egregious. Would have derailed my game, but and considering the time situation too, I would have probably lost the game at this point. But I've really got to get better at managing my time. I mean, yeah, just like it was consistently like down 8 to 7 minutes on the clock compared to my opponent. So, right. Well, that is that.